Hello and welcome to the show. This week's FailRace episode starts with the real meal on Forza Horizon 2 with the AI. Well, we've seen them get stuck by the trees before, but they've decided that we're going to have a demolition derby going on the roundabout. The poor little Fiat 595 is no match for the mighty Porsche as... Flying Fiat lands on the roof of the Carrera. The Sierra still trying to fit through the gap. The Porsche is continuing to bully. Eventually the Carrera gets out. The Fiat is still trying to fit through the gap in the trees. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these drivatars and these trees, and the Sierra eventually kind of figures out what it's supposed to be. They just decided they fancy a demolition derby from time to time. Flareon123 on F1 2015, learning why you should perhaps not quite so block so vigorously on... I think it's a Toro Rosso. Yeah, that's many spins. Many spins in the air for his Sauber. And yep, the Toro Rosso is out as well. On to GTA 5 with LM145. Finding out that you can roll off all sorts of different obstacles. This time round, it's a fence that sends the Phoenix tumbling. That's a big roll from the car as well there. From a little fence and a little bit of a bump. And that's a really rather big crash. But it wasn't just the Phoenix that was having some issues. Crazy Slim Dude 6 on GTA 5 with an Infernus that would find another unusual place to go for a pretty damn big tumble across the train tracks. Carries too much speed, gets bounced, and there flips the car. I've taken quite a lot of speed over there before. Never really had that kind of outcome. Kentucky Moose finding out why street racing is really rather dangerous as he's alongside with an adder. Goes the wrong side of an SUV, doesn't see the barrier until it's too late, and the T20 tumbles and flips. And yeah, the dangers of the barriers just being hidden in the bushes. You see them at the last minute. Nothing you can do about it. SUPAFLYDRIFTA learning that the T20 has some other sort of useful techniques. This time it can go underneath ballers. Don't need to worry about going around them. Just if you're going fast enough, you can just scoop it up and throw it out of the way. But it's not just the T20s that have this trick. Barack Obama with Zentorno that also finds out that these things can scoop the vehicles up. And it's not just the insurgents. We've had these scoop insurgents up before, but it is indeed other supercars with a nudge, and the T20 decides that it doesn't want to be there anymore and jumps well out of the way of everything. YBCR is looking for a new car after respawning, and the first thing he sees is a police car. Probably not the wisest thing to go and try and steal, but nevertheless, he goes for it. The cop gets out the passenger side with a shotgun, but never fear, your friendly neighborhood AI is here to save you from from the police. You couldn't have timed that much better. I don't know why on earth it did that, but there we go. Manuel with Clutch racing through the streets, being chased by the police. Now, we often joke about the police being terrible. This time, though, doing something useful as... yeah, a nudge from the cop puts him on the sidewalk. He doesn't quite react in time to the tree, and, well, that's stuck. The tailgater is going nowhere. The rear wheels are spinning hopelessly in the air. Yeah, you've well and truly Austin Powers that one. Grangers actually did something useful. And it wasn't just the Grangers this week. Zombie Cheese on GTA 5 doing the final heist right at the end of it. Going to jump off the cliff, to get to the boat, is somehow got himself into a police car, but one police officer has decided he shall not stand for it, and we shall have a backflip. Who knows? That is a very determined officer there. Maybe it is Super Cop. Who knows? But yeah, he was very determined. Versa on GTA 5 learns that taxis are not a good thing to call around the dangerous road. It doesn't end well. Maybe the taxi was just thirsty. Either way, yeah, it's a good thing it fell in the water there and that he didn't get in the blooming car. Gurk45 on a Flatout 2. I do love the Flatout games. You can see the car has been through, well, really quite a lot already. However, it finds a little bump, and, well, that gets airborne, and then we go for many a twist and a flip, and who knows how many it did in all of that, as it tumbles and twists, and eventually comes to a rest, and then the AIs are making a mess of things as well. Yeah, that is a lot of flips and twists for a crash. EDDIESROX on the crew with the bus in the way. You know, we'll just have a bus on the racetrack. It's fine. The McLaren went underneath it, and then all the car. I don't know who knows what's going on there. There's a a Dodge on its roof. The Camaro was having issues. The Dodges are notorious for having problems on the crew. We've seen many a silly things, and they are continuing to carry on that theme. Giz571 on the crew doing some off-roading with his Camaro, and this time it's the Chevys that get a sudden speed boost for no apparent reason. Almost got up to 300 kilometers an hour down there. I don't know why it suddenly accelerated. He obviously found the very, very powerful turbo boost button that threw that one down the mountain, but yeah, it didn't end so well for the Camaro. Blaze053 on Battlefield Hardline FailRace Edition. When you get hit by a rocket, you do a barrel roll. No need to worry about blowing up. We'll just roll the car over. That's impressive. I have to say, can't say I've seen that one before. JoeStan98 on project cars. Now, the historic touring cars often do have some issues, especially when an Escort gets sideways in front of a Mercedes and will roll it over. The Mercedes, though, has decided it will capture its prey and we'll just park on the top there, and they get stuck there for a while. And finally, we have Killer Eagle 55 on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I really do like Black Flag. It's a really rather fun game. The naval combat is fantastic. It's going in for ramming speed, and the boat physics kind of give up. He very nearly rolls a boat. I've never rolled a boat. Certainly not on Assassin's Creed. So yeah, that was a really good attempt. I approve of the effort there. Anyway, that is it for this week's clips. If you have clips you would like to submit, then you can via our forums. There will be a link in the description. At the very top of the page, the FailRace clip submission section, and in there are all the rules and how to submit clips. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.